Hi you guys, this is gonna be a story time on how my ex tried to kill me. And if you haven't seen part one is just a little insight on how me and my ex got into this big fight to get to this point. So if you haven't seen that, go to part one. I will link it down below. So far what happened was I was seeing this guy. We were supposedly both single. We were getting to the point where, you know, we wanted to get into a relationship, or we were getting into a relationship, and he secretly had a baby mother that he was involved with that he did not inform me of. He told me he was completely single, and I pretty much met his baby mom, or I don't want to give it away, so just view the video down below. So yeah, so this night was so crazy, you guys. Like, I'm not gonna even rephrase the whole night because this video will be like probably an hour long. So where was I? Okay, so this night was really crazy, and like so much stuff happened. Like, oh my god, I feel like I cheated death like 5 times in that one night. Now it will take me forever to talk about this, so I'll probably do like another video on the events that conspired this night, or another video with just, you know, extra stuff that happened. If you watched my last video, it should have ended where I met his baby mom, and then that's where this story comes in. So the very next time I seen him was when me and my sister was on the way to the lounge. And in fact, I don't even know if I was old enough to be in the lounge. I was sneaking in lounges at one point. Don't do this at home. On that day, I really did not want to go out. Like, I wasn't in the mood or anything. But I have a family member. Well, let me go ahead and say, I have a sister. At the time, she couldn't control her liquor, and she just get overly drunk. And I felt like I was obligated, and she's my oldest sister. Like, we're 10 years apart. So anyway, I shouldn't even disclose of that, because now some of you guys are gonna know who I'm talking about. But anyway, I feel like I had to go with her to make sure that she doesn't get too sloppy drunk and try to drink and drive. Now the bad idea about this is, you guys, I didn't know how to drive. So continuing on the way to the lounge, we were like 1 or 2 blocks away from the lounge we were going to go to that night, and we ran into who else other than Toy. So we seen Toy. Toy is friends with my sister that I went to the lounge with, and so she seen him. He hopped in the car with us, and I'm just like, oh my god. He had hopped in the car with us. He hopped in the back where I was, because my sister was in the front. Well, her friend was in the passenger seat, and I was in the back. So of course there was nowhere for him to sit in the front, so he hopped in the back. He like, hey to my sister, hey to the other girl, and he really didn't speak to me, and I didn't speak to him, and I really didn't give a rat's ass. Yeah, so he had spoke to everyone. He like, what's up, what you doing, what you on? She like, and my sister was like, we're going to the lounge, you want to come, Brody, or whatever, you want to come? So he said, yeah, I'll come. He was like, I heard they having dollar shot night up there. Ain't they having dollar shot night up there? So I didn't think none of it at the time. And she like, yeah, I think they are. So we all went in, and the whole time I'm kind of like standoffish with him, and he's kind of standoffish with me. And it's kind of actually a little awkward, because we usually be all up on each other whenever we're in the room with each other. So the vibe has definitely changed at this point, because he was mad about the events that occurred in my previous video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it now. Me and my sister bought drinks, and my sister bought her friend drinks, because as usual, she never has money. So anyway, I ain't gonna put her friend on Front Street, but her supposed to be friend, they had no money, so she bought her like 2 drinks and herself 2 drinks, and I bought myself 1 drink because sometimes 2 drinks will have me like so gone. And I just, you know, I had a rough day, so I just wanted to, you know, get a little buzzed or a little tipsy. So I had 1 drink, and it was like $1 or $2 shot night or something like that. So I guess my sister didn't bring enough money out to buy like an substantial amount of drinks. which was a good thing. We was on the right track. So Toy was sitting like back in one of the little booths, and I was sitting at the bar, and he's over there with his friends, study looking my way. I guess they were talking about me, but who cares? It was, the whole situation was because of him. It was not, I did not cause this situation. So what bad could he say about me? I'm not a whore, I'm not a slut. So whatever he's saying about me, whatever. So I'm sitting at the bar chilling, drinking my drink, vibing to the music. And there was a bunch of girls that I knew of, but I really didn't vibe with. So I'm just sitting there. They walk past. I say, hey, how you doing? That's it. They going about their business. Now, a lot of girls from the area that I knew was, I guess, jealous of me and my little sister. I hate to say it because, I don't know. We don't act bougie. We're not like bougie or anything. Or, I don't know. They just judged us off our looks, I guess. Or maybe because we were now grown and they are used to us being younger girls, and their men was, you know, watching us, flirting with us, all of that. But it's not like we're going to give them a chance of the day. So anyway, so I'm sitting there vibing, drinking, and all of a sudden this tall guy come up to me. He like,
hey shorty, how you doing?
Trying to talk to me. I'm like, I got a man, I'm cool. So now at this point he's trying to promote himself, and he's like, I rap. I'm like, oh, you do? I rap too. So we kind of connected on that level, and we were just talking strictly about business and rapping and this and that. So all of a sudden I feel somebody grab me, kind of tug my arm on this side. The guy was on this side, and it was Toy. He grabbed my arm hard as hell. He was like,
so you just gonna talk to this nigga while I'm right here?
And I'm like, since when? What? But anyway, so I'm just looking like, I didn't even know what to say. I was speechless. I'm just like what's going on? Why is he grabbing me? Like, then we break it off? Like, ain't you over there doing your thing and I'm over here doing my thing? Like, and anyway, he grabbed my arm, and it hurted like all night. But yeah, anyway, he grabbed my arm. So he told my sister, what we gonna call my sister in this video? We're gonna call her Seal. So he's like,
Seal, I'll see you later. I'll holler at you later.
Then he told the bartender, he slapped about $40 on the bar and said,
give me $30 worth of drinks.
Now, like I told you guys, it was like $1 or $2 shot night. So that would have been like 30 somewhere around there. So the bartender just got them making the shots. After he did that, he said,
watch this,
and walked up out the bar, stormed up out the bar. So I'm like, oh my God, like why would he do that? A, he knows my sister is my designated driver. No, A, he knows my sister has to drive home. B, he knows I don't know how to drive. He knows, since I shared this with him various of times, he even was supposed to teach me how to drive. So I know he knew. So he knew this. He knew I didn't know how to drive at all at the time, at all. Like, I would probably just crash into something going 5 miles per hour. That's how bad I was, or unexperienced I was. So I'm like, why would he do that? Well, I knew why he would do that, but I was just like, oh my God, this guy really wants me that. So the bartender got the fits and the drinks. I got the chugging some down. There was a girl and a boy next to us. They had like a big cup. I was just sliding drinks over there like, huh, y'all can have this. They was pointing to their big cups. Luckily, they took the drinks. But somehow my sister still got a hold to like 10 drinks. And she was sloppy drunk, you guys, like almost falling over the floor drunk, like I had to hold her up type drunk. So I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. I'm in this bar arguing with my sister, trying to get her to stop drinking because she act like she don't know her limits. She not listening to me. She just chugging them down, and I'm like, oh my God, like, this night just couldn't get worse. But I was wrong. It got way worse. I cheated death like 5 times, but I'm not going to even get into details. I'm just going to mention a couple. So we're leaving the club, and my sister get into it with this guy, and it got crazy. I'm not going to even get into details. She was talking about spitting. She was talking about spitting in the guy's face. The guy carries a gun. I know this for a fact. And it could have got real ugly. But thank God I distinguished the situation. So somehow after I broke up the fight, Seal wandered off, and I'm like, where did my sister go? So I'm looking all around the club. I didn't see her. Her friend is nowhere to be found. Come to find out, she dipped out with a boy and they went did their thing. So I'm looking all around the club. I can't find her. So I leave out the club to see if she's standing outside with some of the folks. I'm looking. I don't see her. I'm looking like a lost puppy. So I didn't see her, and then all of a sudden I was about to go around this corner, and before I can go around the corner, this right before this guy came around the corner, he turned around and started going in the direction I was going in, which was onto this dark block. So he had just came off the block from which I was about to go, and so he was trying to holler at me. He like, hey shorty, woo out the van, woo. I'm talking to him because I'm just trying to get him to walk me around this corner because it was extra dark and I didn't want to go by myself. So I kind of entertained him. So all of a sudden we turned onto that block that he just came off of. It is pitch black, like nobody else is on the block. I don't see nobody on the block. So all of a sudden shots ring down. Pow, 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 pow. I could just hear the bullets flying past my head, and I'm like, ugh. Like, you guys, I went breathless and I just froze. Like, in your mind, you always think that you're going to get down this and that, but in that moment, sometimes you just freeze up. So I froze up, and dude pushed me to the side. There was like a little wall right there. So he pushed me to the side toward the wall. He pulled out his gun and pointed, but when we were both looking down the street, you couldn't see nobody. Like, it was so dark. So he didn't want to just shoot and you can't see nobody and hit the wrong person, which I don't believe it was no one on that block but me, that guy, and the shooter. Now, I will not say that this was Toy, and to this day I do not know who that was, so I would not pin blame on him for that. But what I will say is that I didn't see nobody on the block. When the guy started shooting, nobody was running off the block. It was people running like on the main strip, but on the block wasn't nobody running off the block or anything. So obviously we were only three, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, if this guy was the target, he just came off that block, why weren't shots ringing before he came around this corner? Once me and him came around this corner, that's when shots ringed out. And I just heard bullets just flying past my head. Like, God was really with me that day. So to make that story a long story short, it was a lot of craziness happening in that story. I did find my sister. We almost didn't make it home. Make a long story short, this guy was supposed to drive us home. On the way, he found out his best friend was killed, and he went up there and the body was still out there, blah blah blah. We made our way back to the club where the car was parked. My sister attempted to drive. She kept falling asleep, and then she woke up, and then she attempted to drive. She was doing well for a while, and then all of a sudden she just let go of the wheel. Oh my God, you guys. We almost wrapped around the pole on my side. I would have been the one dead. She probably would have survived. I had to grab the wheel, whip it back into the street. Luckily, nobody was in the other lane because we would have definitely hit them. It was so late that it wasn't many people on the street. So I whipped it back over right before it wrapped around the pole on my side. So, on top of that, we almost hit the police. Like, you guys, and there was some scary police. We were in the suburbs because they just kept going. They drove off really fast and kept going. I'm like, we just almost hit you guys, and you guys just gonna leave. But anyway, they were at a stop sign, and we was going really fast, and they hurried up, sped off so we won't hit them. And then she turned the corner. To make a long story short, he got my sister really sloppy drunk so that we can get to a wreck and die, and that almost certainly happened. So he almost got what he wanted, and I felt like the situation just wasn't that serious to me, but I guess to him it was. So yeah, he almost got what he wanted, and that's my story of how my crazy ex tried to kill me. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you guys want to hear some more story times or the rest of this night, and I will get around to doing that. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and until next time.